everyone, and welcome back to Change Bible Study. We're in the middle of our study for this week, and as we've been talking about the fruit of the Spirit for the past 3 months, we want to go to 1 John chapter 2 for our verse for the day, where we'll find not just a warning, but it's really a promise that if we understand this concept when it comes to bearing fruit, oh man, it's not a matter of will we grow. The real question is, how much will we grow? Because in 1 John chapter 2, and in verse number 15, the Bible says, "Do not love the world or the things in the world. If anyone loves the world, the love of the Father is not in him." This verse, when we think about the analogy of the garden and the fruit of the Spirit, is a warning for the weeds of the world. It's a warning for us to realize that the act of nature, even with the little garden that we've had for the past couple of years, I found that really, like my father-in-law, he says it best, nature's always going to do its thing. It will always take its course. If you plant the seed, make sure it gets the water and the light that it needs, nature, God will do what he has vested that seed to do. But the biggest enemy, I thought that it would be because I didn't give it enough light or I didn't give it enough water. The biggest enemy to anything growing are the weeds. And what makes the weed so insidious is that it takes from your plant the nutrients that it's supposed to get, and it digests it, or it steals it for itself. So that's why when it comes to removing the weed, you've got to go to the root, because it's the root system that's sapping the energy from your intended growth. In the same way, when we think about what we do in the world that we live in, we can't help but be in this world. There are no spaceships coming. We're waiting for Jesus to come, not for some USS Enterprise or Starship to take us away. So in the meantime, Jesus said, be in the world, but not of the world. In other words, we've got to live in the midst of all kinds of moral and social weeds, but don't let it become so substantive that it saps your focus. It saps your resource, your faith tank, so that you start to become weakened, not even by a lack of virtue, but your virtue's being robbed by what's going on around you. So let Jesus pluck up the weeds. Don't be so hesitant to get God saying no to you. Because sometimes when God is saying no, it's his way of plucking up a weed, knowing that there's no shared space in this pot. It has to go, either you or the weed. And so also, friend, remember that the Lord wants to deal at the root of our heart, not just the act, but the cause of it. When we're counseling each other, when we're talking to our children, when we're dealing with our spouses and friends and classmates, try to understand not just what that person is doing, but why they are doing it. Because that's all a part of this weeding process that the Lord is doing to try to sanctify us and get us ready for glory. So until next time, please remember that change is good. And remember, while we're in this world, don't love it. Keep first things first. And Matthew 6 says that if we seek God first, in him, all of these other things will have their proper place and be added unto you.